archer per set, shooting at a distance of 70 meters. 2 points go to the winner of each set, 1 point for a tie to each archer. The first archer to score 6 or more points wins the match and the medal. If there's a tie, we'll have a 1-arrow shoot-off. You are looking at Alejandra Valencia, 18 years old, from Mexico. Alejandra, 33rd at Shanghai, stage number 1, 17th in Antalya, improved to a 9th place finish at Medellin, and then clinched her berth here in Paris with a bronze medal in Wrocław, Poland last month. And then this morning in the quarterfinals, a 6-2 win over Ju Young-jung of Korea. She will take on Deepika Kumari, 19 years old, ranked 3rd in the world from India. She's also 3rd in the World Cup rankings. Deepika got to Paris by picking up a silver medal in Shanghai back in May, finished 33rd in Antalya, 6th in Medellin, and 6th in Poland, but had enough points, Chris, to get here. And then this morning had an exciting match, and in that match this morning against Aida Roman, was dominating 7-1.
Yes, she really, both of these girls are just a great introduction and a refreshing introduction to the tour. They're young, they smile, they shoot fantastically well, and they really do give the Koreans a good run for their money. So it's not always a foregone conclusion, oh, it's a Korean win, who do dominate the circuit. These really do throw in some fantastic performances and can hold their own, definitely.
Alejandra Valencia has been to the World Cup Finals twice before, has finished 5th, and she starts off the match with an 8. So now the first shot for Deepika Kumari, who's making her 4th appearance in the World Cup Final in as many years.
Yes. That's a good start.
Right side.
So there's absolutely no wind, so I am for sure they're going to be aiming at the center. Brilliant.
Alejandra Valencia.
Brilliant response to the first 8. Just get rid of those competition nerves, and now they should be well within their routine. Nice and positive there.
Just millimeters off that line.
Start to look for a group now, and then you can move your sight to adjust that group.
So 27 points on the first 3 arrows for Alejandra Valencia.
So a 10 will certainly clinch this first set for the Indian archer. Oh.
Instead, it goes to Alejandra Valencia, who jumps out to a 2-0 lead in the match.
It's a different mindset now. You've really got to close out these sets. It challenges the mind in a different way now. In the old days, it was you had to accumulate a score, whereas now it's the set system. I mean, you can shoot a 29, but your opponent shoots a 30, and although you shot well, you end up with nothing. So it's a different mindset. You've still got to perform and confidently execute those shots to hit that center and win that first set or second or third. It's a different mindset.
It really places a premium on each and every shot.
Absolutely, absolutely. But with the set system, and we saw in the compound division yesterday, is that you can make a mistake and then you can come back. And we saw that with the Koreans there, where she didn't miss the target, but she couldn't shoot her arrow. But all is not lost. You can definitely come back, and that's what I like about the set system. It shows how gritty you are as a competitor.
We'll find out how gritty Deepika Kumari is as she falls behind 2-0 here in the match. Of course, we know that already. We've seen her many times before. Won the silver medal last year in Tokyo at the World Cup Final.
Commonwealth champion at her home territory in Delhi in 2010.
But struggling right now, Chris.
She's a tough cookie. She's not that consistent in matches, I have to say, but she's able to cope with the bad arrows and then come back.
Now the confidence building in Valencia.
Yes, she's settling down. It's an excellent start in the second set by the bronze medalist from London 2012. So Kumari's group has moved over from the right, and she's starting to go to the left.
So Valencia still in good shape in this set, leading 2-0 already in the match.
So strong on the face. Come back with that elbow. Still low. It's surprising.
Searching.
I can only think there's a little bit of tension, maybe in the grip hand. That's making these arrows spread open a bit.
So Valencia coming out strong and winning the first 2 sets, going up 4-0.
Very determined. I saw her in Wrocław in Poland, and she was determined to qualify for Paris, and she beaten the Korean in a 1-arrow shoot-off. She was absolutely determined. She closed out the set that she needed with 3 10s, and then came back strong in the tie, 1-arrow shoot-off, and she was grinning like you wouldn't believe. You could see what it meant for her to qualify. Her opponent from Korea was really happy to make the Korean team to then go on to the World Championships, which will be happening in 2 weeks' time.
She was Gribbie in Wrocław. She was down 5-3 heading into the 5th set against Ms. Zhu. Shot an 8. Zhu did. Shot an 8 and a 6 in that 5th set. That opened the door.
Yes.
And that allowed Alejandra to come back and win that, get here. And she was determined on Friday when I spoke with her. She said, I'm tired of finishing 5th here at the World Cup Final. I've got to do better.
You've got to fill yourself up with wins and losses. I mean, it's one thing you make the international circuit, but then you've got to fill your wins up to start progressing through the draw.
Building your resume, building your track record, and Deepika Kumari, hoping that that's the start of a comeback.
That's a good sign of her gritty determination you can see coming through there. 78, okay.
In the red ring.
I always find it interesting. She's got some like wrapping or taping on her fingers. She always shoots with it.
Back to back.
Excellent. She's got a good group coming in there. Good response. She's a very determined young lady.
She's got such a cool, calm demeanor about her.
She's very good at coming within herself and not getting distracted by the. I mean, this stadium is just massive with all this crowd and the Eiffel Tower right behind you.
Several thousand packing the stands here in Paris. Here at the women's recurve matches and the men's recurve matches on Sunday. So a great set for Deepika, who has won the set. There was nothing Valencia could do at that point, so that 8 was somewhat academic.
Yes, I mean, Kumari's done well there. She's regrouped, she's got positive with her technique, and basically when your opponent is shooting really well, you've just got to try and hit as many 10s as you can to try and slow down the match. When someone's on form, you've got to try and delay their win, and she's done a great response there to try and do just that. So now she can start opening her bank account, as it were, in the match, and then we start, when it gets to 4-all, then you start getting to the business end of the match, and that's when you've got to step up and really nail those 10s.
Experience is so important, and you look at Deepika Kumari's record as there's Aida Roman in the crowd. Yes, the Mexican contingent.
They've got a beautiful atmosphere, the Mexican team. They really do support each other, and even when they shoot against each other, they cope with it. They're just like such a family. It's nice to see on the tour.
So here is Deepika Kumari trailing in the match, but on the comeback trail.
Yes, she's got it. She's really got her sight mark. Knows where to aim.
She's dialed in now. Valencia knows she has to answer, and she does.
Brilliant response. Fantastic. That's what you need to do in your matches. Don't let your opponent intimidate you. Go with what you know. Go with your technique.
Drifts just to the left. The silver medalist in Istanbul as well as Tokyo, trying to get to the gold medal match and win it all. But she has to get past Valencia.
There's a good chance here for the Indian. She has some strapping on her bow arm on her left wrist. When there's a wide angle shot, you'll see that she's got some strapping. I know she was having some troubles with her wrist in the previous competition, but it doesn't seem to be troubling her too much in this event. So can Valencia close out this match with a 10?
Opportunity for Alejandra, it's a 9. And we're gonna have to wait and see
Oh, yes.
about that final shot for Deepika Kumari. A lot is riding on that shot and what the judges come up with. So a tense moment right now in this first semifinal match is Alejandra Valencia and Deepika Kumari. Wait for the decision to come down. Is that an 8 or was that a 9?
The young volunteers there, bringing back the arrows.
And you need all the volunteers you can get to stage an event like this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And France are very spoiled because a lot of their volunteers are archers, so they've all come down and they've got eyes in the back of their head on how the field of play should be, and they've really, really supported the local organising committee and World Archery very, very much in making this event absolutely spectacular.
So they split that third set, split the points, and the score goes to 5-3 in favor of Valencia.
So Kumari to go first as she's trailing in the match.
She must win this set.
Absolutely.
Good start.
That's good, that's good. That's given the Mexican plenty to think about.
So Valencia falls behind in the set.
But Kumari's still got to shoot a high level to keep in this match.
Oh.
Doesn't get better than that.
Back to back, almost split that arrow.
So Valencia's got to block this out and just shoot her shot as she knows. Slow down the results, slow down the match, keep a hold of it.
Unless disaster strikes Deepika Kumari right here, it appears as though we're headed for a shoot-off. We shall see.
Come on.
Yes. 10-10-10.
So we've got a shoot-off coming. So Valencia just needs to relax, get her sight mark, and this is like a rehearsal of the next arrow that she shoots.
So we're headed for a shoot-off here in this first semi-final match of the afternoon. Alejandra Valencia, 18 years old from Mexico, and Deepika Kumari, 19 years old from India. Talk about good grouping.
Oh, that's just what you want, just what you want. And that's a good example of how tough Kumari is. I mean, she doesn't get lost with the emotion of being behind in a match. She really is able to bring herself together and fight in the match and turn it around. And that's a perfect example of doing that, especially at the business end of a match. It's like, hey, I'm not finished. I still want to be here and I want to go to the final. So it's spectacular talent. It's really nice to see these girls at the top end of the rankings and fighting it out.
And it's why they're here. Deepika Kumari, many others in that position down 4-0 would have thrown in the towel.
Yes, yeah.
But she refused to lose, and therefore she is back and in a shoot-off right now. Coming back after trailing 4-0 after the second set.
And who goes to the
she forces a shoot-off by winning the fifth set.
That. Good technique, opening up between the arms, bam. Keeping in line, sending that bow through the 10. Absolute attitude in that. So it'll be interesting now to see what happens in the shoot-off because Kumari's hit a row of 10s there. So probability would say, could there be an end to that? And Valencia hasn't shot a 10 yet, so she's due for a 10. So let's see, let's see. It's just amazing to see the Eiffel Tower so close to the shooting line. So the crowd have been treated to this heartbeat soundtrack to bring up the emotion. They're calibrating the targets with the Falco Eye system, which is a laser system that does the scoring for us.
The targets are now being calibrated with laser precision.
And what's going through those girls' heads at the moment. Coaches are silent, not giving them any instructions. Keeping the breathing controlled, trying to keep a good heartbeat. Deep breath there from Valencia.
And the suspense just continues to build.
There we go, you can see it, can't you? You can see it. They're breathing. Okay, one shot, do or die. Are we going to fight for gold or are we going to fight for bronze? How bad do you want it? So Valencia to go first. Strong on the face. Oh, right, okay. 8 seconds.
Still has time.
4 seconds.
And under pressure, shoots a 9. Now it's closest to the center.
Absolutely.
Closest to the center will win.
So there's an opportunity here for Kumari. Ooh, holding on a bit longer than usual. She's gone.
Well done by Deepika Kumari, who is closest to the center and wins the shoot-off. What a comeback, Chris.
Fantastic. Oh, she looks to heaven there. Relief.
An amazing comeback by Deepika Kumari. Ranked 3rd in the world coming in. And Alejandra Valencia took her to the limit and almost was able to pull off the upset.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's a fantastic achievement from the Commonwealth gold medalist. Kumari did have a disappointing Olympic Games for her. She was world #1 at the time and went out in the first round to the British archer, Amy Oliver.
I believe finished 33rd.
Yes, but the Indians, I mean, when I was there, the Indians, we were expecting so much from the Indians at Lord's Cricket Ground, which is a famous cricket venue, and cricket is massive in India. So it was a glorious venue for them, and sadly when they arrived, they'd all arrived with the flu, so they were all sick, and they were trying to burn this flu out of them. So it was sad that they didn't perform the way that they wanted to. We were all waiting in anticipation for the Indians to burst out at Lord's Cricket Ground, so she'll be quite determined to